I would like to read a few things about our great mayor. He's America's first Black Lives Matter organizer elected to public office. Mayor Khalid is leading a generation of young activists from protest to politics. This self-proclaimed elected activist has been featured by CBS, The Nation, Jacobin, Governing Magazine, and other national media.
Come and hold this Bible. Ladies and gentlemen, my father has worked as an accountant for every mayor in the city of Atlanta, from Maynard Jackson to Kasim Reed, and he taught me everything I know about these budgets.
Good job.
First time. I was just spoke. We have to give each other space. Okay, please repeat after me. I, Khalid Kamau, do solemnly swear and affirm that I will honestly and faithfully perform the duties of City of South Fulton Mayor by adopting such measures as in my judgment shall be best calculated to promote the general welfare of the inhabitants of the City of South Fulton and the common interest thereof. I further swear that I am not the holder of any unaccounted for public money due this state or any political subdivision or authority thereof. That I am not the holder of any office of trust under the government of the United States, any other state, or any foreign state from which I am, by the laws of the state of Georgia, prohibited. That I am otherwise qualified to hold said office according to the Constitution and the laws of Georgia. That I will support the Constitution of the United States and this state and observe the provisions of the Charter and Code of Ordinances of the City of South Fulton. I further swear that I have been a resident of the City of South Fulton for the time required by the Constitution and laws of this state and the Charter and Code of Ordinances of the City of South Fulton. So help me God, or so I affirm.
And so I affirm.
Congratulations, man. I'm going to ask my brother.
My godmother's here. My mother's here. We're going to start it like this. Those of you all who know me from activist circles will know this chant. Everybody else just follow along. Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Hey, thank you all so much for coming. The last time we were here, I was qualifying to run for this seat. And today, well, the last time I came out and said that I had just qualified. Today, I'm telling you that I just came out and I was sworn in. This boy from Old National Highway is now the next mayor of the city of South Fulton, Atlanta's twin city and the blackest city in America. Thank you. I'm going to keep my remarks really brief because we have some more swearing-ins to do, and also because my speech is on my phone. So, and someone is recording live right now. But first I want to just give honor to God, who is the head of my life, my mother, Elsie Mae, and all of my ancestors who are here with me right now. I do also just want to take a moment of prayer for one of our city chaplains, Minister Stanley Muhammad, who lost his daughter, Akira, on January 1st this year. She was in a horrible accident and 6 years ago, and she lost her battle trying to recover from that on January 1st. So I will be, unfortunately, leaving here right after this speech to go be with Mr. Muhammad and their family for the repast. I'm not going to shout out everybody. I see so many, everyone here is a friend. But I do just want to take a moment to shout out my living family who is here with me now, including my father. Raise your hand. My father, William Stevens. He was an accountant for every mayor in the city of Atlanta from Maynard Jackson to Kasim Reed. And he taught me everything I know about looking at these books. My brother, Michael Stevens, raise your hand. We used to fight like cats and dogs, but no one supports me more than this man now. And this gentleman holding the camera, Mr. Jareem Sharp, will you stand and raise your hand, please? He is my first gentleman. And that's all I have to say about that. Thank you for being with me on this journey. So Jareem and I were talking, we were having this debate about government and why government is broken. And his contention was that people didn't know how government worked. And I was like, people know how government works. You know, maybe they just don't believe in it. Or people don't believe that they are the government. That was really the crux of our debate. I said the Constitution is the founding document of our society, and it says that we are the government. The first words of the Constitution are "We the people." That's the title of my remarks today. We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, to effect equality and justice. And it goes on from there. So we had this debate, and people even knew the words of the Constitution. And we went around the Peachtree Center district one day and asked people in hotels and on the streets, do you know the Constitution? And people said, yeah, I know what the Constitution is. And I said, well, do you know what the first words of the Constitution are? People said, yeah. And I would say, what are they? And everyone said the first words are "We the people." That means that we are the government. I know a lot of times we talk about the government being that these people far away, right? Senator Williams is here from Washington, D.C. and Alabama and South Fulton. But we are the government. And that means if the government isn't doing the things that we want to do in the way that we want them done, it's our job to fix them. It's our responsibility. That is why I ran for office, and that is why I called all of you here now. So I'm going to talk about a few of the major policy changes that I have been teasing out that I want to enact to make sure that our government that belongs to us works in the way that we want it to work. The first is I get 2 assistants. One of my assistants is obviously going to be my executive assistant. They are going to have the yeoman's task of trying to keep me on schedule and on time. Anyone who's been around me knows that that is that is a ministry in itself. But my second assistant, I am going to create an office of the public advocate. They are going to be an ombudsman for the city. When people have issues, they are going to be able to call that person. We're going to be releasing that job description tomorrow and asking any of you concerned citizens that are interested to apply. It is going to be someone's full-time job in City Hall to get you the things that you need and then to explain to you how to get them yourselves in the future. So that is the first of the 4 things that I want to talk about. The next thing, if I can remember, is I am setting up a transition commission. We'll be announcing the members this week. I am calling for a full forensic audit of all of our finances here in the city of South Fulton, including our contracts, beginning with our $12 million public works contract. We pay $1 million a month for public works, and it doesn't include cleaning up Old National Highway, or Camp Creek Parkway, or South Fulton Parkway, or Roosevelt Highway. We're gonna fix that. Thank you. My mind is really blanking on what this third item is. The third item is boards and commissions. The current charter, our current city charter, which is our constitution here in the city, allows for me, the mayor, to create boards and commissions. Too often we have had legislation come before our city that half of our city staff had never seen. Our city solicitor and our courts were asked to enforce laws and had court cases put on the books from laws that we had written that they didn't know were coming. We've had ordinances that conflicted with each other. We had 2 council members writing competing ordinances that ended up on the same agenda that we hadn't talked about. So from here on out, it will be my intention as the maker of the agenda that nothing will come to our city's councils, to our city council agenda that has not been through a public board or commission of which you can all attend. So if we're talking about public works, we're going to have a public works board. If we're talking about police and public safety, we're going to have a public safety board. If we're talking about finances, we're going to have a finance board. And if those are things that you're interested in, once those boards are set up, you have to come to the meeting. If you're not at the table, you're on the menu. So we're going to ask you to come to those meetings and participate. And once those boards are set up, I will not place anything on the agenda that has not come before the people. Now this last and final change is one that I'm not actually authorized to make. Our city charter currently empowers the mayor to appoint only 4 individuals: the city manager, the city judge, the city clerk, and the city attorney. I'm going to do a little bit of political education so folks know. Our city judge handles all of the cases that come through our municipal court, which are basically misdemeanor cases,